At India Kitchen Congress 2015, I have with me Miss Nijoo Dubey. She is Associate Designer, Coordinated Design for Retail Experience with National Institute of Design, Bangalore. Nijoo, if you could tell us how has been your experience in conducting this, this workshop on understanding on psychology of colors.
Thank you so much for calling me over. I think it was a very interesting experience for me. Though kitchen is not my subject matter, but I never expected the kind of questions that were really thrown at me. And you'd not believe, I think the Q&A session went on almost as long as the presentation was. So, and such varied kind of people, from manufacturers to people who own just a store to someone who just looked like a student. It was a very, very good experience for me, actually. Yeah.
While interacting with the audience, how do you assess their understanding or say appreciation for colors?
I think one thing is that color evokes a very emotional response in all of us. It's very intuitive. It's not something which is very learned in that sense. So people react to it in a very intuitive manner, depending on the kind of socio-economic strata they come from, the kind of regions that they come from, whether they are from a dry state in the sense that it's Rajasthan or whether it's Karnataka. The responses really vary from the kind of backgrounds that they come from, and that becomes a key for one to take their aspirations in terms of what are the design requirements that one can take it forward. So that background information becomes very essential for one to really cater to their needs. Yeah.
Kitchen is a small space, so to say, but very dynamic. Where a lot of activities happen. There is fume. There is you have to cut vegetables. You sometimes become frustrated. You also are in hurry that you have to cook the meal in some given time. So that kind of pressure you are actually when you enter kitchen, not all time but sometime. Now how color can change this experience for a kitchen user. It could be for female and also for male, and also Indian males do not enter kitchen. How to get these folks into kitchen? Can color play an important role in that?
I think color can really help organize spaces very well, and that's one thing that the cabinet manufacturers can really sort of take forward. So whether your chopping board is for vegetables or that's for meat, it can really convey. I look at it and I know what it can do. In terms of knives, it becomes a differentiator. You have bread knives and all kinds of. So I think equipment, because efficiency is so important, right, in a kitchen. How does one differentiate equipment visually in a very quick manner? I think that could be one of the things one can take forward. Traditionally, we've just had, they call white goods, right? They're all white in color and so boring, in fact. I think men are getting into the kitchens, and I also feel that a lot of media is to sort of, we should thank them for that you have master chefs and all of that, which make cooking look fashionable. And I think also with the women more working, they probably don't have a choice. I think what happens with men is that they are a lot more organized than women. They really look at tools as tools, and they really appreciate good tools. So I can completely imagine my husband wanting a particular kind of a tool to cut the vegetable in a certain manner. I think so if it is cleanly arranged, if it's neatly arranged, I think that will really help the men to enter the kitchen and use the interesting tools that you have. I think that could be one of the ways to do it. I'm not sure how specifically color could help us to do it. Interestingly, men don't seem to respond very strongly towards color, but I'm sure they'll respond to finishes like stainless steel, tops and the gadget-like things, which they can relate to their bikes and their music systems and their Mac Airs. If one were to have finishes and colors of that nature, I think that should do the trick, actually. Yeah.
My final question: how do you? What is your thought about this? Knowledge platform called IKC and IKCS.
I think it's such a specific area in a home, right? Your kitchen, that I was not aware of this, and I'm really pleasantly surprised to know that such a vast range of products that are available are brought under this one roof, which becomes a huge knowledge bank for people to actually come and make, whether it's layperson coming to make a specific choice, or whether like you have your dealer meets, which I'm sure are very, very informative for the dealers themselves. And this mass of hazar shops, all of that happening in our country. I think an event like this is a very, very good initiative, and I hope it goes on for many, many years. Yeah.
Thank you for speaking to us, Nijoo. Thank you.